guys, look, an actual video from me. This is a combination of two hauls, both online. Michael's from a few weeks ago, and then Scrapbook.com from, I guess, like last week. Do Scrapbook.com first, because it's a very small haul. So this was the primary reason for the haul. I mentioned in my work in progress Wednesday video that I had been cataloging the different adhesives and stuff that I have in Evernote just to keep track of how many I had left. And I discovered I was out of the 1/4 inch strong double-sided tape. And I had both the 1/4 inch and the 1/8 inch from Scrapbook.com. So I went on to Scrapbook.com to get a picture of the 1/8 inch tape to put in Evernote. And that's where I discovered that they had these 6-packs of the tape on sale, which ends up being a really good deal because it was like $30, I think, US for 6 rolls. And I think one roll of the 1/4 inch score tape on Amazon is like $11 or $12. So to get 6 rolls of 1/4 inch double-sided tape for $30 US is pretty good. And it lasts me a long time. I had bought both of the 6-packs, one of the 1/4 inch, one of the 1/8 inch, for National Scrapbook Day last year. So the 6-pack of the 1/4 inch lasted me from May of 2019 to November of 2020. So it's a pretty good investment. And the 1/8 inch, I'm just starting to finish off the first of the 6 rolls there. So that's going to last me even longer. So that was why I ended up making a purchase in the first place. It was to stock back up on the 1/4 inch tape. And then of course I poked around and they were having a pretty big sale in general, so I was looking at different things. I picked up this Echo Park 6x8 album. It was on clearance for like $7.50 or something like that US, because I am looking at trying my hand at December daily this year, even though I still haven't finished my October daily. I really enjoyed the 6x8 album process with my October daily. I like that there's space, but there's not too much space. So I don't spend 25 years on one page. And I know I'm going to have leftover pocket pages from my October daily, so I can use those in this album. But yes, I'm going to try December daily this year, which, as of filming this, is in like less than 2 weeks. Great. And then to go along with that, I grabbed this 10-pack of 4x4 photo page protectors for the 6x8 album. Obviously, it's the Scrapbook.com brand. This was like $4.50 or something US. It will also give me a little more variety in my October dailies, which I'm not finished yet, so between the leftovers from the packs I already have and then leftovers from this one, that should be enough for December daily. So that's all I got from Scrapbook.com, and now I will show you what I got from my Michael's haul from a couple weeks ago. So this was the, I guess, big purchase of the Michael's haul, and as you can also see, I've obviously been using it because it's out of the package. I bought this Fiskars card making guillotine cutter. It was, I think, $31.99, and then I used the 30% off coupon that's available for anything that's regular price. So it came out to like $22 or $23. The reason I chose to pick this up was because I went back and went through all my Amazon and Michael's orders and stuff for the last year and added up how much money I had spent on Fiskars blades, and it came out to something like $54 in a year. And originally I was looking at getting a 12x12 cutter, but they're really expensive. They're like $100+. But then I thought to myself, how often do I actually need a 12x12 cutter? I only need it when I'm cutting 12x12 paper to smaller things, and I have 12x12 cutters. So if I get this smaller cutter for doing smaller than 12x12 cuts on, that would reduce the strain on the blade I have from my 12x12 cutter. So I decided, after doing the math, that buying this with a coupon for like $22, $23 was going to be essentially less than half the amount of money that I spent on blades in the last year. Probably be a good investment. I still have one new blade for each of my 12-inch trimmers, my Fiskars and my Westcott. I can use those when I have to cut down a 12x12 sheet. Hopefully that'll make those blades last longer. On top of that, I've been using the heavier cardstock from Michael's to make my Halloween cards, the 110 GSM or whatever it's called. And that has been killing my blades for my 12-inch trimmer. Killing them. Like, I barely start cutting with it and I start getting the frizzies. That stuff just destroys the blades. I've had no issue cutting it with this. There is a learning curve with it as far as lining it up properly and figuring out, at least for my brain, how it works. I really like it. It seems to be staying sharp. I've definitely done more cutting with it in the last like 2 weeks since I got it than I would have been able to with one blade on the 12-inch trimmer. So that alone, I think, is going to save me a ton of money in blades. The only downside I see with it, other than there is still a bit of a learning curve that I'm still working through, it's a card making cutter. Like, that's what it's called. It's like the Fiskars card making. They don't call it a guillotine. I forget what it's called. Now, part of this is my fault. I didn't look at the measurements other than the 9-inch, because that's the length. It's 9 inches this way. It's for card making. If you can notice on the measurements there, it only goes to 5 inches. If you are cutting an 8.5 by 11 inch piece of cardstock to make 2 A2 size card bases. You need to cut it at 5.5 inches. I ended up having to go in with a ruler and a Sharpie and mark out where 5.5 is so that I can cut card bases. I mean, basically the edge of the white part here is essentially 5.25, but yeah, it doesn't go to, I think it says on the measurements it's like a 6-inch wide cutter, but I think that counts like all the way to the edge of here would be 6 inches, which is great, except that's not helping me measure a card base. So that's annoying, but I can handle having to go in and measure 5.5 inches and make a mark to not have to spend money on blade after blade after blade after blade after blade. So the whole reason I was even on the MacLeod site in the first place was to look at their Halloween clearance. And the only thing I found that I was really interested in picking up still was these little tags that say you've been booed. I just got them because they were cute, and they go with the paper pads on the sticker book that I purchased. So that's just one more thing to throw together to use in another year. They were regular $4.99 on clearance for $2.99. And I did post a picture of this on Instagram where I showed you the gigantic box they sent it to me in. They could have put it in like a regular envelope and mailed it to me, but they put it in a box with a bunch of paper. I don't understand their shipping decisions. So then I did end up picking up 2 Christmas paper pads after telling myself repeatedly I didn't need any Christmas paper pads. I have a ton that I haven't even touched yet, but they were on for buy one get one for half off. I got the wrap with care. I won't do a flip through because there's a million of them on YouTube already, and that's how I made my decisions as to which ones I wanted to pick up. And I got the Sugar Plums pad. I know, everyone's buying it. I'm actually pretty surprised that I liked it enough to buy it, because the pink pad last year I didn't like at all. And it's funny, I'm not a pink person. If you look at stuff that I own, I don't own a lot of pink anything. All the pink stuff I own is in crafting. I don't I guess because it's a more quote-unquote feminine hobby, so they make a lot of pink stuff for crafting. I don't know, but I really like this one because it's not just pink. I think that's why I didn't really like the last one. It was primarily all just different shades of pink. It was very monochromatic in my opinion. This one, it's got pink, it's got purple, it's got turquoise, it's got baby blue, it's got gold, it's got like a variety. There's some really cute patterns. Like there's a couple of sheets with these gingerbread men that are freaking adorable. So now I've got pink for just about every occasion. And then to go along with the paper pad, I picked up the Pastel Christmas sticker book. It's a hot buy. This is actually the first of the hot buy sticker books I've ever purchased because A, they used to not be on the website, and B, I haven't been to a Michael's since January, so I haven't been able to look at them. It's unfortunate that it was $16 freaking, but there are a lot of stickers. I'm going to film a flip through. And the last item I got is this 12x12 paper pad. If the image is blurred right now, it's because I still can't show you what it is because I purchased it for the purpose of celebrating something that's happening in my family that I'm not allowed to speak about yet. Paper pad, it had been on clearance for a while. I thought it was cute but had no reason to pick it up until I was made aware of this news. It was on clearance for $8.97. Again, if it's not blurred, you're seeing it right now. If it is blurred, I'll have to do it in either a separate video or in whatever next haul video I have. Whenever this information is allowed to be public, I will do a flip through, which will either be in this video or won't. This was the last item I was waiting on. And speaking of stupid packaging decisions, with those little tags that they sent me in a giant box, they sent this paper pad to me in an envelope, like a plastic white Purolator type envelope, like with no padding or anything to keep it flat. They sent a little tiny package of tags that could have gone into a normal standard size envelope, cost them pretty much nothing to ship, sent that in a box, and then they sent this 12x12 paper pad in an envelope. I don't understand. And that's it for my double online crafting haul. I don't expect to be buying anything else anytime soon. Maybe Black Friday, but probably not. Or like Boxing Day. Hopefully I'm done doing any online shopping for a while. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Please give it a share. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click the little bell in the corner to be notified when I next upload a video. And I will see you guys in the next one, maybe with an actual project share. We can only hope.